Hey guys, today I want to talk about Temu. Temu selling Pokemon cards. And I'm actually quite excited to make this video today because I think it's just so interesting and there's a lot to talk about regarding Temu selling Pokemon cards. So first and foremost, I'm making this video because it was mainly brought to my attention in two ways. First of all, whenever I'm scrolling on Reels or on YouTube, I get ads for Temu who have made AI ads of Pokemon cards. Like there's these like huge cereal box like prismatic evolution bundles for ridiculously cheap prices advertised on Temu. Or like whatever like creator ads with Temu like talking about selling Pokemon cards on Temu. And I always would scroll past these and be like, yeah, obviously it's fake cards because they're using AI to make these ads. Like it's obviously not a real product talking about some prismatic evolutions booster boxes for $5. You know, like it's very obviously a like the AI ads are terrible. But whenever I saw those first, so I just brushed past it, of course. And I am familiar with the Temu platform, so I know that when you click on the whatever links, ads to get in there, they have like they're like really scummy, like really. It's not scummy. It's very uh it's a really scammy like feeling when you first enter the interface because they hit you with like the wheel, like trying to hit those like hit your dopamine with the gambling, right? Make you feel like a winner even though every time you spin you're going to win no matter what. And they've really gamified the app to make it seem like you're getting a big coupon, but you in reality it's not real. It's all just for the experience. And I just feel, and also, when Timo had all their like everyone was going crazy with the referral program. Like, oh, if you refer like 10 friends, then you get, you know, 3 free items, stuff like that. It just really doesn't strike me as like a very trustworthy marketplace as it doesn't for most people, right? Because it just seems like uh, a place, Temu is known for selling cheap goods and bootleg products, whatever, so that you can get the best price possible. And frankly, it reminds me of wish.com back when you could buy 100 ultras on Wish for $5, and they're all these ridiculously terrible fake cards. Now, I can say that I've never bought Pokemon cards from Temu, so I was only assuming, yeah, these are definitely fake. Between from the AI ads to the very scammy like interface, and the overall quality of the products that I already know that they sell, I just wouldn't expect them to sell authentic Pokemon cards, obviously. But then they sent me well, I think it was a legit email from the Temu domain. A representative is reaching out because they are basically trying to get any card store, like no matter how small you are, they want you on Temu. And they reached out through the legitimate website support email. And I thought that this would, like, first of all, I thought it was a spam email, but it seemed legit. And after looking into it more, I just like it kind of makes sense because understanding that it's a marketplace. Like it's not like, oh, they're selling directly to you. So yeah, there could be a bunch of fakes, but technically you could have a legit seller go on there and sell real Pokemon cards, just like Walmart or um, Amazon, which is actually an important thing because it really clicked in my head when I read the like actually decided to read the email, and it said like Temu is the second largest e-commerce platform after Amazon, whatever, blah, blah. So actually, when I went on there and looked for Pokemon cards, I did see quite highly priced cards, like, $25 for a prismatic evolution packs. And they said that over 100 sold or whatever. Now, I don't know if I completely trust the numbers on Temu to say, if they say like X amount have sold already, the seller has X amount of reviews, because I'm not really sure what's going on with their platform. I don't know if it's like legit with the sales or whatever, but I might actually even be keen to try it out. Honestly, I'm really tempted to see, this team will actually drive sales for Pokemon cards, because if I'm selling at legit product for legit prices on Temu, does that harm your reputation for selling on Temu? Does it improve Temu's reputation? Do people actually buy it from Temu? Like these are some really, really big questions I do have. And honestly, I might have to try an experiment of selling on Temu and see how it goes. Because they're selling Mega Dream on there, uh, English Prismatic, so many different, and they're selling like at market price or above market price. So if people actually buy from it, that'd be really interesting to see. Because usually people go to Temu to buy the cheapest stuff. Why are people going to Temu to buy, at market or above market? But then again, like honestly, most things on Amazon are pretty overpriced in terms of Pokemon cards, unless it's directly from like an official seller. But there's still lots of thriving people on Amazon's marketplace, and I really see that it seems that Team is trying to compete with Amazon and really try and become a reputable marketplace, right? Whereas right now they have the reputation of being, gimmicky and stuff like that. So they're actually trying to invite legit sellers to sell authentic cards on their platform. And so it seems, so I'm pretty sure, they still have, whatever fakes, maybe resale, whatever products they may have that are not legit on their platform. But it seems they are actually making an effort to have legitimate sellers sell on Temu. Uh, so yeah, I'm pretty sure most people share the sentiment about Temu, about their general platform and the products that are sold there. But it just is so interesting to see like how much effort they're putting into these because of all the ads they're running to sell these cards. Like they're I don't they're not directly profiting from running these ads. They're just like generally advertising Pokemon. So they want people like the hype. They want to get in on the gravy train, and you know, they want people to come to their site. We're using Pokemon to be like, yeah, come shop at Temu because we sell authentic Pokemon cards. So they're like, it's one of their campaigns. Like their campaign is we sell Pokemon cards as a way to, grab the, fan base of Pokemon into buying from their platform. I guess they hope that, using this crazy hype, people would also buy their other products, maybe. And I guess they're gonna make profit off of the cards sold there too. But yeah, for a Temu that is known for selling cheap products, I don't know how that actually translates to customer base because if you're selling a prismatic pack for 20 bucks and your customers are used to buying cheap parts from China that are absolutely manufactured to perfection with like the with the maximized profit margins while keeping costs low, like with the unit economics maximized so that they can sell you a part for 30 cents while still making their margin, stuff like that. Where you move to a product that has been marked up, thousands of times to reach, $20 a pack to reach the end consumer when it is just, 5-cent paper. So I really don't know how that translates, but supposedly on their platform, if you go on there, it says, all these packs are selling, like so many of these units are selling. Who knows if it's real, but if anyone has any experience actually selling on Temu or buying from Temu, let me know if you're actually getting authentic packs there. Because honestly, the prices are pretty expensive there. It's not like it's cheap to buy off Temu, like for the legit looking stuff. So I'm wondering if you can actually buy authentic cards from Temu. And honestly, what would it be like to actually be a seller on Temu? Do you actually get sales? Do people complain? All of that. But yeah, maybe I should do experiment buying and selling on Temu and see what happens, but I don't know how that actually may affect the brand image or stuff like that. But definitely something to look into. But if anyone has any experience either buying or selling on Temu, feel free to let me know in the comments or let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this. If you've seen those ads, because those AI ads are terrible for selling on Temu and like buying from Temu, whatever prismatic stuff. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, and subscribe to join the journey.